Many people want to copy your style and your way of doing things. Many people look up to you and many people envy you. You may find that many people may want to get close to you, to learn you, to embody your traits and your energy. People feel that you are very abundant. You may have accomplished many goals. You may have many medals, certificates. You have mastered something, and people are focused on your self-mastery. And there are many people that want to gain the same blessings as you. Some of these individuals feel like if they embody your energy, then they will gain the same level of abundance. But what you have, what you possess is innate. You have mastered yourself to the point whereby you have inner peace. And with you, some of these individuals may not understand why you are so happy, because going back to the fact with you, you may not have as much as these other individuals do, the ones that are focused on copying you. But what you do have is a sense of inner peace, happiness, and appreciation for what you do have. And this is what they can't get their head around. Many people feel, for some of you, that you are smug. How dare you be happy? How dare you have the life that I want? How dare you be comfortable, not knowing about what you had to do behind the scenes to get to where you are now? And some of these individuals are so fixated and focused on you to the point whereby they don't even focus on their own life, and they can succumb to being very vindictive towards you. And for some of you, they don't even realize that they're operating in this energy. But if copying you becomes very overwhelming for them, especially if they can't gain access, because you may find that a lot of these individuals may want to try and access you, to be around you, to learn your likes, your dislikes, how you do things. And then what you will find is that they try and copy some of the things that you may have said, may have done, or you may slip up sometimes and tell them about future plans. So what you may find is that some of these individuals may try and do that future plan before you and act as if they were the original person to come up with this idea. But then when they don't get the adoration, applause, or attention that they felt that they will gain, hence why they copied you, they get angry. They get angry with you because they thought that by stealing a trait of yours and trying to make it their own will bring them blessings. And some people may get very angry because you don't allow them access, because you're too busy focusing on your goals. You're too busy focusing on the next project, the next holiday, the next milestone. And some people want to access your plans and they find you to be very secretive. And the thing is, it's not that you're being secretive. For some of you, yes, you are. And Spirit is also saying to keep your goals a secret. Because if you tell everyone about your plans, some people will not be happy for you. And some people cannot spoil your plans if they don't know what your plans are. Move in silence is what Spirit is saying. Your talent will do the talking. Some of these people get very upset with you because they see the way that people praise you. They see the way that you're celebrated, and it triggers something within them. Some of these individuals, they are so desperate for outside validation. You are a threat to pick-me's. Honestly, I've done a video on this. You may want to go and check that out. You are a threat to specifically pick-me individuals. Those that may have felt like when they were younger, they didn't get attention from their parents. They didn't get that attention from the hot guy or the hot girl at school. They weren't that guy. They weren't that girl. They were never looked upon as attractive, or, the person with that friend group, that popular friend group, the person that intimidated everyone, the person that was the funniest, the person that had the eccentric clothes, that eccentric personality, that skill, that talent. They feel like you could be taking attention away from them just simply by being you. And again, you trigger these individuals because with whatever you possess, they feel like it takes them back to high school, or it takes them back to their childhood when they were growing up with their parents. Maybe they had despondent parents, emotionally neglectful parents. And none of us had a perfect upbringing, and we all have traumas from our upbringing, but it's about doing the work and working through those traumas. But these individuals don't work through their traumas. You see, they look at you and see you as the issue. They see you as the problem. They project all their unhealed traumas onto you. And they feel like if they possess what you have, then they will get the attention and adoration that you gain. And some of you are oblivious to the attention that you gain, but some of these individuals hear about the way people sing your praises behind your back. Oh my God, did you see what she was wearing? Did you hear how he sounded when he was doing that speech? Oh my God, they're such a nice person. They're so colorful. They've got such an amazing personality. How can that person be so kind? Oh, I remember that time when they lent me their last £10, or, they hear all these things. Oh my God, they're so talented. Oh my God, she is so beautiful. He's such a nice guy. Like, any woman will want to be with him. They hear these things and it irates them. And they feel like you may have pretty girl or pretty boy privilege. And that's not true. And because you celebrate yourself, because you respect yourself, other people then respect you. And with these pick-me's, right? Yeah, I'm going to go in on them. With these pick-me's, they beg attention. They're desperate for attention to the point whereby they humiliate themselves to get their attention. In the moment, they may not understand that they're actually degrading themselves, right? But any attention is better than nothing with these individuals. And sometimes you may find that when you're in these types of groups, whether it's like at a party, if you went out with a group of friends, some of these individuals could be ex-friends now, by the way, or if it was family members or people at work, like you went to a work do or something of that kind, you may find that there's always one or two people that are the loudest, trying to generate all the attention in the room. And they may gain that attention, but what they don't understand is that some people find them irritating. Some people find them very draining, all over the place. And you may find that some people laugh and joke with these people, and in their view, especially if they're trying to compete with you, they're thinking, see, I can get the whole room to pay attention to me. It becomes a underlying competition to see who can generate more traction. And if you are like a quiet person, some of you could be very talkative and some of you could be very reserved, right? But once people start talking to you, you open up. These individuals try to rival your personality to prove that their personality is more superior than yours. And in their pursuit of proving this to you, because they're jealous, remember, they do the most. And in some cases, like I mentioned, they get the attention that they crave and are so desperate for, but it comes at a cost. Some people may roll their eyes when they see these people. Some people may take the mick out of them when they are being the clown in the room, and they're thinking to themselves, yeah, I'm getting the attention over you, because their main focus is on you. And then what you may find is that some of these pygmies may sense that this behavior that they're displaying is irritating other people, so they may try and mimic your behavior. Okay, so they're refined. Okay, so they're very sophisticated, they're very elegant, they're very classy, so they'll try and mimic this behavior pattern and try and act like you. They'll try and be reserved, but it will be false. They'll feel uncomfortable in their own skin. And then they will try and push you out of certain situations. They'll try and block you from coming to certain events. They'll let it slip if there was an invitation. They won't even tell you. Or even if you are in the same environment as them, they will still try and hog the limelight whilst trying to embody your energy. You know, you may find that when you date certain people, all of a sudden, people that are around you are talking about they want to date that specific type, even if that type that you are dating is not the person who's trying to copy you. Even if it's not their type, all of a sudden they find that type attractive. It's almost as if they're forcing themselves to like the same type of people that you are attracted to. Because, for instance, if you're dating someone and say they're very down to earth, they're great conversationalists, they're reserved, they're not really into going out to parties, they're not very loud, or they could be loud, but they're very jovial. You know, they could wear glasses, say, right? They may not wear makeup if you date females, or something like this. They're into a certain type of music, say 50s music, Elvis Presley or something. They're into that whole Teddy, you know, back in the days, in the 50s, I love the fashion, the 50s and the 40s. You know, say they dress like people in the 50s and they go to them type of parties, right? Because I know of someone that does actually go to these types of parties. And say, for instance, you may have met someone there, or a biker. Say you're into bikers, and then you met someone there after being single for a long time, and then you and this person, you hit it off, you're engaged, you're going to get married within 6 months. All of a sudden now, people around you, these pygmies or whoever these people are, they decide that they like bikers. They decide that they like 50s music. They like 50s parties or 40 parties, whatever the case is. They want to dress up like they're in the 50s. Because they're thinking to themselves, if you met your match there, if I force myself to like what you like, I can get the same as you. And in some cases, they end up dating the same type as you, but it doesn't work out. Because you're the type of person, regardless of the fact, you attract high caliber men or women, sophisticated, high class men and women that are of a luxury is who you attract. And these individuals, what you'll find is that they'll try and attract the same type of people by embodying your energy, or thinking, how? It's not fair. I deserve. And it's all about what they think that they deserve, because the bottom line is also they feel like they're better than you. But really, if they were so better than you, why are they trying to compete with you? Furthermore, why are they trying to embody you? Everything you do, you will find that some people want to do the same thing. You want to work in a corporate environment, all of a sudden they want to work in the same corporate environment with no background experience. They want to appear in the way that you appear because you are very well respected. You are high class. You are well sought after. Many people say you are husband or wifey material. People don't say that about some of these people. You may find that some people change their way of speaking. These individuals could be brash, abrupt, classless. Because, you know, certain time you change your way of speaking when you're in different environments. When you're with your girls, your guys, you may add a bit of slang. Some people swear, whatever the case is, you may talk your mother's tongue. But when you're in a working environment, you know how to articulate yourself. But these people, that they don't know how to switch it up, but then they study you and then they try and speak like you, act like you, but it backfires because they're not you. And just when they thought that they could snatch some of your essence, you shock them. You're always on to the next thing. And these individuals see how people actually rate you. You're respected. You're respected for your skills and your talent. So even if they try and copy you, they haven't got your imagination. And that's one of the things that they want. They want to act like you, and I'm hearing create like you. The way that you dress, the way that you express yourself. You know yourself. You're unapologetic about who you are. And these people find you to be like a breath of fresh air, but they may try and downplay you. Some of these individuals may even try and ignore you because they don't want to give you that added attention. So they feel like if they pretend you're not there, then who you are and what you represent will be insignificant. And they're trying to do that reverse psychology thing whereby if they ignore you, then other people will ignore you too. But more people pay more attention to you and to the fact that they're